True. It comes back. I mean, Carter, are you good with the? Okay. Just put in a screenshot of the schedule. The schedule. He's just putting it up. Okay, so before we get started with the championship round here, just wanted to do a quick announcement. So we are excited to announce that we are now our own official region for Apostolic Bible Quizzing. So, yeah, it's really exciting. If you want more details behind what that means, you can listen to the Friday Focus. Karen and I sat down and we sort of explained what that means to everyone, because, yeah, okay, we're our own region. What is that? Woohoo, I guess, right? But it actually is really, really important for us because we are able to quiz in Canada and still qualify to go to Peak. And that's our ultimate goal for quizzers who are finishing out the year. We want them to go to Peak. Pastor Walker has put his full support behind that. So we're really hoping that we can have kids finish the material, number one. And number two is if they can get to Peak, we want to do everything we can to help them get there. So that's why we are excited for the Western Canada region. Carter, if you could go to the schedule. So this, parents, you'll want to note, this schedule is the official tournaments we have for the season. So you can go to wpfbq.com or apostolicbq.com, and you'll see there's a heading called Regions. You click on Western Canada, and the schedule will be there. So these are all the dates. It has all the verse cutoffs for all the tournaments, all the locations. So make note of these in your family's calendar. January will be here. We're going to do a virtual tournament. I'm kind of not super excited for that, but we're just doing that because it's middle of winter and it's probably safer for everyone. February, it's a short drive in February, 3 hours. Woohoo! We're going to be, Spruce Grove has graciously agreed to host for us, and we'll be quizzing with them. April, we'll be here. Hopefully we'll have a lot of teams traveling to come for that tournament. And then May is a bit of a longer drive. Fort St. John is about 10 hours away from here. But I mean, we did, if you quiz with us when we went to La Grande, 10 hours is nothing. So, and then of course June, that's the finals. It'll be here again. And we're hoping to have like youth-oriented events along with that, like maybe a special speaker the night before and then some activities on the day of. So it's going to be fun. We're really excited for this year, and just wanted to give you parents advance notice so that you can put these in your family's calendars and start planning for it. Peak is in July, and that will be the national tournament. It's as of right now, the border regulations and stuff are changing all the time. So I would just say, as a family, if you're wanting to go to Peak, just stay up on what's required, whether you're going by land or by air. And as that gets closer, we'll coordinate with who's planning on going and all of the paperwork and testing and everything that's required these days. But I think that's everything we had to announce. So without any further ado, I think we're going to have the beginners do their final quiz for the day. We'll hand it off to Brother Thomas.
Okay. 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 I want to know. Find Ezra.
Check.
Are you guys all good?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, okay, we might as well do a buzzer check. Everly, do you want to buzz for me? Ezra? Awesome. Sienna? Perfect. Jude? Mylin? And Abby? Awesome. All right. Well, if we are all good, this quiz is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs 1:9 mentions chains about what? That is correct. Question number 2 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Ready question. The Proverbs
The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Proverbs 2:2 says, "Incline thine ear unto what?"
Uh, and apply thine heart unto understanding.
Oh, that is incorrect. Question is a quotation question worth 10 points. Ready question. Quote verse 4 of Proverbs chapter 1.
Know wisdom and instruction to perceive the words of understanding.
That is incorrect. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs 2:3 says, "Liftest up thy voice for what?"
Lift us up thine voice for understanding.
That is correct. Question number 6 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Ready question. Then shalt thou understand thee
righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path.
I'm going to throw that out. I misread that question. So we will replace that question. Okay, replacement question 6 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Ready question. Yea, if thou.
Yea, if thou criest after knowledge, and liftest up thine voice for understanding.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. Proverbs 1:2 says to know what and to perceive what.
Wisdom and instruction.
That is incorrect, but good try, bud. Question 8 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Ready question. For the Lord.
For the Lord giveth wisdom, of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
That is correct. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Ready question. Locate this verse. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity.
1 verse 2.
That is incorrect. Question number 10 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Ready question. Quote verse 6 of Proverbs chapter 1.
To understand a proverb in the interpretation the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
That is correct. Timeout yellow. Question number 11 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. Proverbs 1:8 says, hear the instruction of who, and forsake not the law of who.
Proverbs 1:1.
That is incorrect. Question number 12 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Ready question. A wise man.
Wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a two-part question worth 30 points. Ready question. As found in Proverbs 2:1, my son, if thou wilt receive what and hide what?
My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Quotation question worth 30 points. Ready question. Hid treasures. Quote the verse of our study that contains this phrase.
And apply thine heart to understanding.
That is incorrect. Question number 15 is a two-part question worth 30 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is what? But fools despise what?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
That is correct. And this quiz is closed. Great job, guys. All right, and the yellow team won that with 75 points. Great job, yellow. Our second highest scorer was Jude with 40 points. Great job. And very close, our highest was Everly with 50 points. Great job, guys. And that's it for beginners. Thanks, guys. You all did an awesome job. I'm always very impressed by you guys.
Let's open up. So click exit. Okay, and then the juniors, I just brought it in. Yeah, click that one. And then we're gonna do Q6. Yeah. Okay, for the juniors, we'll have on the red Michaela and Joel. And on the yellow, we will have Evan, Toyosi, and Paxton. Paxton, I think you're 3. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Is he? Yeah. Down here for now. Junior material is right here. Here is their quizzes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And we will be on quiz number 4. Yeah. Do we have someone who can help judge? Brother Neil? Thank you, sir. Okay, we are getting ready to start the championship round here. I got to say, this morning the juniors quizzed very well. There were some pretty close quizzes, and they were all pretty high scoring as well, which means these kids know their material pretty good. So, very impressed with the juniors today. Let's start the championship round here with quiz number 4. It is now open. And we do have recording? Okay, awesome. Okay, question number 1 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 4 says, "So shalt thou find..."
And good what? So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man?
That is incorrect. This interrupted question will be reread for the yellow team without interruption. It is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 4 says, "So shalt thou find what?" And that is incorrect. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 13 makes reference to the man that getteth what?
Getteth understanding.
That is correct. Question 3 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 2 says, "Incline thine ear unto what?"
So that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding.
That is correct. Question 4 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Ready question. To know wisdom.
And instruction to perceive the words of understanding.
That is correct. Question 5 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 3 says, "Criest after what?"
Christ after knowledge.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 13 makes reference to the ways of what?
The ways of the wicked.
That is incorrect. And question number 7 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 2 verse 21, who shall dwell in the land?
Who shall dwell in the land, and who shall remain in it? For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it.
That is correct. Timeout, is that red? Okay. 60 seconds. And time is now in. We are on, is that question 7? We're on 8. Okay. Question number 8 is worth 20 points. Ready question. Locate this verse. Forsake her not.
Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee, lover, and she shall keep thee. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 6.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 2 mentions length of what and
For length of what? And long, what? For length of days and long life?
that is correct. Question 10 is worth 20 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 3 says, write them upon what?
Write them upon the table of thine heart.
That is correct. Question 11 is worth 20 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1 states, but let thine heart do what?
But let thine heart keep my commandments.
That is correct. And time out yellow. 60 seconds. And time is now in. We're on question 12. Okay, question number 12 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 2, verse 2, incline thine ear unto what and
And apply thine heart unto what? So that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding.
That is correct. Contest yellow. All right, this contest has been withdrawn. And we'll move on to question number 13. It is a 2-part question worth 30 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7, wisdom is what?
Wisdom is what? Therefore, get what? wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding.
Okay, I'm going to void and replace this question. Go to the last quiz. We'll do 13. Okay, replacement question number 13 is a 3-part question worth 30 points. Ready question. As found in Proverbs chapter 1 verse 8, who is commanded
Who is commanded to hear the instruction of whom and forsake not the law of whom? My son, hear the instruction of thy father and forsake not the law of thy mother.
And that is correct. And we have timeout yellow. All right, time is in. And question number 14 is a quotation cross-reference question worth 30 points. Ready question. Quote verses 30 and 31 of Proverbs.
Of Proverbs chapter 3. Strive not with a man without cause, if he hath done thee no harm. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
I apologize for that. We're going to have to avoid that one as well. We did not have the recording going, so we will do this one more time. We'll do number 15 from quiz 9. All right, replacement question 14 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Ready question. The beginning of knowledge. And that is incorrect. This will be reread to the red team without interruption. It is a quotation question worth 30 points. Ready question. The beginning of knowledge. Quote the only verse of study to contain this phrase.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
That is correct. And we have timeout red. All right, time is now in. Ready for question number 15? It is a 30-point question. Ready question. Barnes, locate.
Quote the verse of study that contains this information.
That is incorrect. This interrupted question will be reread for the yellow team without interruption. It is worth 30 points. Ready question. Barnes, locate the verse of study that contains this word.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 10.
And that is correct. And we have a winner. We do. This quiz is closed. All right. Judging from all the timeouts and all that, I think it was a close quiz. Sure was. We had the red team with 105 and yellow with 120 points. And I believe that means we are doing this again because the yellow team won. So we'll get the second highest scoring quizzer for that quiz was Michaela with 75 points. Great job, Michaela. And the highest scoring quizzer was Evan with 105 points. All right, so we're doing this again, just teams switch sides. Yeah, we're not done. This is the tiebreaker. That was the first loss for the red team. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. So quiz 5? Quiz 5, yep. right, quizzers ready? Coaches ready? Okay, I think we're good. All right, quiz 5 is now open, and question number 1 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 12 makes reference to the man that speaketh what?
The man that speaketh froward things.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 17 mentions the covenant of whom?
The covenant of her God.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Locate this verse. My son, if thou wilt.
Receive my words and hide my commandments with thee. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 1.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 15 says, whose ways are what?
Whose ways are crooked?
That is correct. Question 5 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 19 mentions what of life?
The paths of life.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Ready question. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 3 says, liftest up what?
Liftest up thine voice for understanding.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6, in what do
Do what? In all thy ways, acknowledge him.
That is correct. Question 8 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Ready question. My son, for
My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
That is correct. We have timeout yellow. All right, time is now in. And question number 9 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 4, give subtlety to
Give subtlety to whom? To the young man. What? To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion.
That is incorrect. This interrupted question will be reread to the yellow team without interruption. It's a 2-part question. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 4, give subtlety to whom knowledge and discretion.
To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Ready question. For whom the Lord...
For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7, be not what in thine... That is incorrect. This interrupted question will be reread for the red team without interruption. It's a two-part question. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7, be not what in thine own what?
Be not wise in thine own eyes.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Ready question. Proverbs 1 verse 3 says to receive the instruction of what?
Wisdom, justice, and a judgment and equity.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a two-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Ready question. How many verses of study contain the phrase about thy neck and...
And what are these verses? 2. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 9 and Proverbs chapter 3 verse 3.
That is correct. And question number 14 is worth 30 points. Ready question. Lean. Which verse of study?
Which verse of study contains this information? Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5.
That is correct. And we have timeout red. All right, time is in. And question 15 is a three-part question worth 30 points. Ready question. According to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 29, devise not what against whom, seeing he dwelleth how?
Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwells securely by thee.
And that is correct. And I'm judging from the applause that we have a winner. We do. Great job, both teams. All right, we had the yellow team with 100 points and the red team with 180 points. Great job. And the second highest scoring quizzer was Joel with 60 points. Great job. And the highest scoring quizzer, quizzing out on the last question, was Evan with 150 points. Great job. Great job to the junior quizzers. I am so impressed every time they come up here and show what they can do. They are a great bunch of kids. They can go far this year. And that is kudos to the parents mostly. I have a beginner quizzer at home. I know a little bit of what that's like. All right, so I think we will be good to start the seniors now, if Brother David is available. I might take a couple minutes break just to locate him.
Okay, so Matthew and Kylie, did I get that right? Matthew and Kylie on red, and Grace and Kieran on yellow. There you go.
If you guys win, we'll do another one. If they win, then we're done for the day, okay? So, just do your best, and just try to get in as many as you can. Limitation of 2 out of 10, okay? Bless this quiz, Lord. Bless these quizzers. Bring the verses back to your memory, Lord. Let us have a good time in Jesus' name.
We all good? All right. Well, let's get going then. Quiz number 4 is open, and question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question: what is recorded concerning their own way in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 31?
Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices.
That is correct. Question number 2 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Question: my son, if...
My son, if thou receive my words and hide my commandments with thee.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question: 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 4 refers to whose wisdom?
Solomon's wisdom.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question: the instruction is given in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 1 to not forget what? That is incorrect. Question number 5 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: who shall attain unto what, as recorded in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5?
Wise counsels.
That's 2-part. That's incorrect. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question: concerning the report about Solomon's acts and wisdom, the Queen of Sheba told Solomon that I believed not what?
Howbeit I believe not the words until I came, and mine eyes have seen it.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22 asks, how long will who love what?
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
That is correct. Question number 8 is worth 10 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 3, verse 4 speaks of the possibility of finding favor and good understanding in the sight of whom?
God and man.
That is correct. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Question: My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. Why?
For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a 3-part question worth 20 points. Question: Which same verse of Proverbs chapter 2 states that who shall dwell in the land and who shall remain in it?
For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. Proverbs 2:21.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question: Quote the verse in Proverbs that mentions the words of the wise.
To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise, and their dark sayings.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 1 records that they shall call upon me when?
Early. Me referring to wisdom. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Me referring to wisdom.
That is incorrect. Question number 13 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Question: Which verse of our study speaks of giving knowledge and discretion to whom?
To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
All right. 2-part is incorrect. Question number 14 is a 2-part Question number 14 is a 2-part cross-reference question worth 20 points. Question: As recorded in 1 Kings chapter 3, which verse contains the phrase an understanding heart, and which verse contains the phrase a wise and an understanding?
Heart. A wise and an understanding heart. 1 Kings 3.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted 2-part cross-reference question worth 20 points will be reread without interruption for the yellow team. Question: As recorded in 1 Kings chapter 3, which verse contains the phrase, an understanding heart, and which verse contains the phrase, a wise and an understanding heart? Question number 15 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: the Lord layeth up sound wisdom for whom, and...
He is a buckler to whom? For the Lord layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly.
That is correct. Question number 16 is a two-part question, which worth 20 points. Question: what cometh out of the mouth of the Lord, as recorded in which verse of Proverbs chapter 2?
Knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6.
That is correct. Question number 17 is a three-part question worth 20 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 1, verse 23 records what concerning reproof, what concerning my spirit, and what concerning my words?
How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof, behold, I'll pour out my spirit unto you, I'll make known my words unto you. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Question number 18 is a quotation cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question. 2 verses in 1 Kings chapter 3 mention a dream. Quote these verses. That is incorrect. Question number 19 is a 3-part question worth 30 points. Excuse me. Question number 19 is a 3-part question worth 30 points. Question. According to 1 Kings chapter 10, who had heard of what, where?
And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. The queen of Sheba heard it in Sheba.
That is incorrect. Question number 20 is worth 30 points. Question. How is the evil man described in verses 13 and 14 of Proverbs chapter 2?
who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the forwardness of the wicked.
That is correct. Do we have a winner? Going to overtime. All right. You guys are both wanting to win. Timeout, yellow. All right. So we're going on to overtime. So question number 21 is worth 20 points. Question. Concerning Solomon's wisdom, verse 30 of 1 Kings chapter 4 records what?
And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt.
That is correct. Contest red 1. Contest is withdrawn. Question number 22 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will do how many things as recorded in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 23? That is incorrect, and this interrupted two-part question worth 20 points will be reread without interruption for the yellow team. Question. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will do how many things as recorded in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 23, and what are they?
Two things. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
That is correct. Question number 23 is a three-part question worth 20 points. Question. In what did who appear to whom as recorded in 1 Kings chapter 3?
Verse 5. In Gibeon the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, ask what I shall give thee.
All right, so apparently Kieran actually quizzed out on the last question. And so, but maybe before we say that, is it still quizzed out with 8 correct, or is it more if they have overtime? Is it still 8 correct? So you still quiz out. Okay, so Kieran, you've quizzed out actually before that question, so congratulations, good job. So we will void that question then and replace it. So replacement question 23 with just... All right, replacement question number 23 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: how many body parts are mentioned in verse 9 of Proverbs chapter 1, and what are they?
2. Head, neck.
That is correct. All right, and I believe that would give us a winner now. Is that right? We do have a winner, so this quiz is closed. Good job. All right, so red team with 90 points and yellow with 130 points. So good job, both teams. Great job, and congratulations, yellow. So Matthew is the second highest scorer with 70 points. And Kieran is the top scorer of that quiz with 125 points. So congratulations. All right, so that has us quizzing one more time, and I think that will be it after this, right? So let's go then to quiz number 5, and we'll just jump right into it. Quiz number 5 is, are you guys ready? All right, so quiz number 5 is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question: according to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 21, wisdom crieth where?
In the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates.
That is correct. Question number 2 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Question: for the upright shall...
For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 2, verse 3 refers to crying after what?
Yea, if thou criest after knowledge.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question: in 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 7, Solomon spoke of being made king instead of whom?
Instead of David, my father.
That is correct. Question number 5 is a two-part question worth 10 points. Question: who heard of the fame of whom as recorded in 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1?
The Queen of Sheba. And when the Queen of Sheba had heard of the famous Solomon.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question: Proverbs chapter 2, verse 17 refers to forgetting what?
The guide of her youth, the covenant of her God.
That is incorrect. Question number 7 is a two-part question worth 10 points. Question. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 20 refers to what way and what paths?
Good men. And keep the paths of the righteous.
That is incorrect. Contest yellow 1. Contest is withdrawn. Question number 8 is worth 10 points. Question. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Why?
As recorded in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24. Because I've called and ye refused, I've stretched out my hand and no man regard, but ye have said, not all my counsel and none of my reproof.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. As recorded in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5, a wise man will do what, and a man of understanding?
Shall attain unto what? A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
That is incorrect. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't it. Thank you. That was an interrupted question, and this interrupted two-part question for 20 points will be reread without interruption for the red team. Question. As recorded in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5, a wise man will do what, and a man of understanding shall do what?
A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
That is correct. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question. Locate the verse of Proverbs chapter 2 that mentions the frowardness of the wicked.
Proverbs 2, verse 14.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a four-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 32, the turning away of whom shall do what, and the prosperity of whom shall do.
Shall do what? The turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question. Under what condition shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God?
As recorded in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God.
That is incorrect. Question number 12 will be reread without interruption for the red team. Question. Under what condition shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God, as recorded in verse 4 of Proverbs chapter 2? Question number 13 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 4 speaks of giving what to the simple and what to the young man.
To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion.
That is correct. Contest yellow 1. Contest is withdrawn. So question number 14 is worth 20 points. Question. Question number 14 is worth 20 points. Question. What is recorded concerning the wicked in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 22?
For the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it.
That is correct. Timeout red. Question number 15 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. The same verse of Proverbs chapter 2 that describes the evil man being froward in their paths also states that their ways are what, and what is this verse?
Proverbs 2, verse 13. Whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths.
That is incorrect. Question number 16 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. The fruit of their own way. Quote the verse that contains these words.
For they shall eat of the fruit of their own way.
That is incorrect. Question number 17 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 2, verse 19, they that go unto the strange woman do not do how many?
How many things? 1.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted two-part question worth 20 points will be reread without interruption for the red team. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 2, verse 19, they that go unto the strange women do not do how many things, and what are they? Question number 18 is a 4-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question: which verse of Proverbs chapter 1 states that fools despise what? And which verse of this same chapter states that they despised what? Question number 19 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question: quote the question recorded in 1 Kings chapter 3.
Ask what I shall give thee.
That is incorrect. Question number 20 is a 3-part question worth 30 points. Question: how many things shall they do as recorded in Proverbs chapter 1 verse 28?
And what are they? They shall call upon me, but I shall not answer. They shall seek me early, but shall not find me.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted 3-part question will be reread without interruption for the yellow team. Question: how many things shall they do as recorded in Proverbs chapter 1 verse 28? What are they? And in each case, what will result? We do have a winner, so this quiz is closed. That was a tough quiz, but good job, everyone. All right, so we have the winner as, which one? The red team with 100 points. Second highest was Matthew with 15 points, and highest was Kieran with 90 points. So good job to all of you.
All right, that concludes the quizzing for today. Just stick around. We'll do the awards ceremony in about 5 or 10 minutes.